Hello and greetings, people of the future. It is Sunday night, 6:49 Pacific time on Sunday. We begin, as always, with the signing of our thank you cards. Whoop, there we go. Pretty decent sales day. Let's see here, quite a few items going out. I've already packed and shipped the postcards if you want to see what's sold there. Hello, Gina, how are you? If you want to see the postcard sold, those are already packed up and gone. This is just non-postcard stuff we're doing here now. Orders are still pouring in, to be honest. Let's see here. Got messages coming in, orders coming in. It like about an hour ago, really just started going crazy. So back. Sorry, I hit the back button on the wrong tab there. All right. Let's see. Orders awaiting shipment. 20 orders going out. For a total of $653.80. Yeah, definitely good sales day. It was honestly a little bit slow this morning, but we are up right about $400 for 7 o'clock. That includes sales from yesterday as well, but again, postcards have already been sent or already been packed. Let's see, or somebody's got a question for me. Oh, thank you for correcting my spelling of Libby's. Jeez. Well, I'm not gonna. It was wrong. Somebody actually sent me a message on one of my listings today. Some lead toys that I couldn't make out what the maker on them was, and they sent me a giant paragraph with like exactly what these things were and what they were worth, which that's super appreciated, especially when they're not asking me for a deal or something like that. You know what? I disagree, Gina. Sell more smalls. Easy to pack, easy to ship, easy to store, easy to list. You can usually get them cheaper. The thing with smalls though is, one, you got to price high and you've got to like have a lot of them. Most of what's going out here today for me is going to be small. So let's just let's jump right into it. What do we want to do first? Let's do this here belt buckle. That's a nice way to ease into things. This is a CBA. It's like Connecticut Snowmobile Organization something. Connecticut Valley Arms, CBA. And it's going to Alaska, which seems weird to me, but hey, who am I to judge? If you're in Alaska and you want a Connecticut belt buckle, well, I'll sell it to you. This came out of the most recent Goodwill bulk buy, which I will probably in a couple of months here free up on a couple more of those. They do really well for me. Maybe go crazy and like just buy a whole bunch of them and just be set for a long time on belt buckles. That's a good thing to get on backstock, I think. Yeah, I mean, it was good to know. In fact, I'm a little high on my price, but it's a make offer item. They're like, you should sell them for $6 or more a piece, based on this condition. And my price was 2 of them for $20, make offer. So I thank them very much, and then went on to the next one. All right, so this is 5 ounces. It's going to be the same price. Yeah, I have no complaint with anybody who comes in and gives me free information. Especially, I mean, as long as there's no strings attached, right? What I've had before is somebody come in and ask me a specific on an item. And I'm like, why are they asking me this specific thing on this item? And then I start looking up the specific that they're asking me about. And it turns out like it was on a record. And it was somebody's asking me for repricing. Oh, it's I'll YouTube comment. I'll reply to that later. Hey, Gravity Goods. What's going on, Cameron? All right, next up. We have a unauthorized biography of Jesus Christ. And that sold for $24.95 free shipping. It's going to go media mail. Yeah, Cameron, I liked the live earlier. Glad to hear that you're going to be doing more lives. Personally, I like them a lot. I like doing pre-records. I mean, there's a certain amount of creativity in it, but you know what? To be able to produce a good amount of content in pre-recorded, edited stuff, I don't got the time. I don't got the time for that. Like I said, it's fun. I enjoy it, but man, it takes so long. You will get in there. All right. It's not closing the way I want. I'm just going to taper. What's up, Justin? Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go, gravy. All right. That's done. Justin, this next one will pack up. I know you'll dig it. This is up your selling alley. This one just sat in my death pile for a super long time too. Am I out of labels? It looks like I am. Hi, Buster. You want to come say hi? This is a wrench. Who made it? I forget. This sat in my death pile for like a year, 2 years, maybe. I don't even know. I don't even remember where I got it. But like it was floating around for a while, and finally I'm like, today's the day. So it's RSNW Co. 8-inch adjustable wrench. Sold for $24.95. Hi, Buster. And here's the reason why you're all here. Ta-da! Hi. Yeah, the wrench only took maybe 2 weeks to sell at most. Hi, buddy. What? I gotta do work right now, okay? You can hang out though. He'll hang out until the tape comes out. And he's gone. He's gone, but I'm sure he'll be back. Yeah. All right, we'll do it this way. Oh, come on, you stupid tape. That feels like 2 pounds. Rate wise, anyways. There we go. Did I charge shipping for this? No. It was just $24.95. Free ship. I could have probably just put that in a legal envelope and saved myself 25 cents. Oh well. All right, we are definitely time to replace labels. back in action. So, Gina, we saw you had some good sales today. How about everybody else? Good weekend, good day, good whatever. Good week. Because we're at the end of the week, I guess, as well. What say ye? You have a skunk? Or your cat is Pepe Le Pew style. Tuxedo cat, I believe is their official. That's what Tucker Upper calls them anyways. All right. Here we have a Cutco knife. Very, very nice knife. It's their hunting one. This is the first ever Cutco knife that I've ever bought or sold. Believe it or not, I just don't find them. I actually had to win this one at auction. I paid like $65 for a lot. This was in it. I've already made my money back on the other knives that I listed and sold. This one sold for $139.95, and the customer paid shipping. It's going to Corpus Christi, Texas. And I put priority mail on here, but I don't think I'm going to send it priority. It'll get there the same amount of time, first class. I'm not super worried about it. And on free shipping, as long as it gets there in time. Did I say something about it in my title? Did I say free priority shipping anywhere? No. Yeah, Gina, you sold one before me. This one took a little while to sell, honestly. But like I said, it was 100% sell-through item. 100%. So I felt, I'm like, whatever. I could sell it right away, or I could make more on it. And I decided I would like to make more on it. And I did. If I had priced it down at like 119, 115, somewhere in there, probably would have sold in a week or so. But, you know, a lot of people talk about fast nickel, slow dime, and they want the fast nickel. Well, not this guy. I am slow dime all the way. I would much rather wait a little bit longer. And the thing is, once you get up to a deep inventory, things start selling all the time, and you don't have to be in a rush to sell things. And you're that much happier when you have an item sell for 130 instead of 120. Get out of my way, sacrificial box. Yeah, no shipping police here. And I believe as eBay's whole thing is, if it's free shipping and it gets there on time, ultimately it's up to you. So it's only if the customer pays shipping are you required to ship that method or better. Although Corpus Christi, Texas can be a little bit of a slow haul because it's about, when I worked for the moving company, like it's different for that. With the moving company, if you have a truck going to Corpus Christi, Texas, what happened here? There's nobody moving out of Corpus Christi. That's where people go to die. So you'd have to charge more because you could never bring a truck back with stuff in it. So you're basically paying for both ways whenever somebody moves to Corpus Christi, Texas. So the moral of the story is don't move to Corpus Christi, Texas. Unless you're ready to die. Then go ahead, move. Yeah. Why are these things so not user-friendly? Or is it just me? I mean, they're user-friendly until you want to change the blade, and then they're not user-friendly. All right, get in there. Okay, all right, there we go. Everything there. Oh, we forgot the stupid little doodad. I don't use that anyways. But I know if I don't put this in there, then the next time I want to use it, I'm going to grab the one that doesn't have the little doodad. All right, everything together. Kind of get in there. All right. Jeez. Can't take this guy anywhere. There we go. Still. Whatever. Never moving to Texas again. That seems like good advice. All right, I'm rolling the dice, guys. I'm shipping it first class. It'll be fine. I ship hundreds and hundreds of items of first class. They all show up. I think I've had one item that didn't show up last summer. It was a vintage letter opener, and I tracked that item. It eventually showed up 4 months later, but that was long after I had already had to pay the stupid thing, and luckily it was only like a $15 end. And then on Christmas I had a SpongeBob SquarePants Christmas ornament, and some guy was just working the system because he knew everything was delayed, and eBay forced the refund because they're, and then 4 days after they forced the refund, the item shows up. And at that point, because he had been refunded, he couldn't leave feedback. And I was like, see, I told you it's there. Do you want to pay me now? And he never responded. Cool story, bro, right? That's what I got for you. And if anybody, I should do this too. We'll do this. If anybody's feeling like coming in, they're more than welcome. Nice. All right, so the next, sorry, I just wrapped it up without telling anybody what I just wrapped up. It's a TurboGrafx game, not the best one. It is TV Sports Basketball. Picked that one up when I was in Idaho a month ago, and it sold, this is like the least valuable of them all, for $13 and $14.95. I had it listed at $17.95. I'm like, just sent out an offer for $14.95 a couple days ago, and somebody took it. So I am way, way, way in the black on that. Not even worried about it. Still have one really good game to sell, and that is Tailspin, which I'm surprised has not sold yet. Again, I'm priced a little high. It will sell. Whoa. What's going on there? Oh, that's the glue. I don't like that. We'll reprint it. All right, what's next? Next, we'll do these. Here's another cool story for you, Cameron. It's a pair of scissors. These are Craftsman scissors. Not sure, you probably can't see it, but that's what it says right there. Don't remember where I got these. I think I picked them up maybe at an estate sale. Look who's here again. Ta-da. Hi. Yeah. That's a big yawn. Never seen them before. I think I may have gotten them at the Habitat for Humanity, my favorite honey hole. A couple days ago, somebody I couldn't find. There was like one other comps on them that I could find. They don't come up very often. Pretty unusual. Somebody came into my store a couple days ago, sent me a message, said, "I'd like to make you an offer." To which I politely responded, "These are not a make offer item. I feel my price is already quite fair, especially since it's free shipping." I did not receive a response, and 2 days later it sold. I have not bothered to check to see if it's the same person, but I would suspect probably is. He's off again. He'll probably be in and out. He's been scampering pretty much all day. All good, Cameron. That's the link is there really for anybody who wants to. Not that anybody ever does, but ooh. All right. And they're off. We're making some good time here. We've got 14 left to go, and a big chunk of those are records. So I do have one record that's currently MIA. No idea where it is. It's one of those that I swear that I've seen like 50 times in the past 6 months, being like, huh, that one hasn't sold yet. And then I go to find it, and it's not where it should be, and I just rage quit. And it looks like we're probably going to have to go grab a few more items too. So I'm not going to go searching again, though, tonight. All right, next up is a poker chip, B&D illegal gambling poker casino in Lebanon, Indiana. This was purchased in a large lot from Mr. Buys a Lot. I'm about 50% sold through on what I have listed. I have a bunch more to list, so these have actually been doing okay for me. I'm still a ways from making my money back, but that's okay. We'll get there. But I'll probably list some more of those tomorrow. I've been listing nothing but postcards the past 2 days, so probably do some postcards in the morning tomorrow, do a little housework for a bit, and then start working on a few other odds and ends I've got kind of loosely hanging around, need to get listed. Then maybe do some more postcards, and then I can start jumping into my death pile again. I was hoping I could try to do like 1,000 postcards this week, but I realized I don't have the top loaders to do that. So instead, I'm just going to kind of slow roll it, do around 50 or so a day until I have more top loaders, which should be about a week. But last 2 days, I've listed about 180 postcards. I'll do some more after this, and then we'll be right about 200 for the weekend. So not too shabby. Oh, nice. You bought some of those poker chips? I might have been bidding against you on those. Carolina Reaper. Haha. All right, next, somebody bought 2 Wii controllers from me. Oh man, are they gonna go first class, or am I gonna have to prioritize those. That's not what I want. They're gonna be priority because I can't. Yeah. So what we'll do is this. Yeah, I'm familiar with the Carolina Reaper. I'm you know what, I like peppers, hot stuff, whatever. I'm a little out of practice because normally I build up my tolerance with pho, which is, if you're not familiar with pho, it's a Vietnamese noodle dish, very widely available in the Pacific Northwest, especially in Seattle. Seattle has some of the best pho around, in my opinion. And I use a lot of spice and sriracha. No, I bought mine back in January-ish, I think. I've had mine for a little bit. My poker chips I'm talking about. You know what? We're going to get these in maybe one of those. No. Maybe? Maybe one of these. That might work. But yeah, I've been doing okay with them. One of the things, though, Cameron, and you may not have seen this yet, but I'm selling against Mr. Buys a lot with most of them. So pretty much all the ones I've pulled and comped and listed, the comps out there are Mr. Buys a Lot's poker chips of the same poker chips. So I'm just, on every single one of them, I'm undercutting him. Which is, you know, whatever. I'm still going to end up making money on it. I listed probably about 10 or 12 of them right away, and I've only got like 4 or 5 still listed. So I cannot really complain. I'm doing well on them. And he has every right to sell his items for what he wants to sell them for. And sell as well in bulk. So, yeah, just in time I saw that. That was a really good sale. Have you, I have not sold really any high value individual comics ever. It seems like everyone that I've ever bought has been like not worth anything. I've sold lots of comics. And guess who's back? I can hear him behind me. Nope. Oh, he's down here. Hi. He's just roaming around looking for mischief right now. Are you looking for mischief? Yes, you are, aren't you? All right. I think we've got this guy, which is, I think, our not really so much a shipping challenge tonight, but let's go ahead and knock her out while we do it. Then we'll get into the flat things, and then we'll go pull the rest of the orders. Let's see here. What do I got for box on this? That looks like it'll probably be perfect. Yes, it will. Look at that. Couldn't have planned that any better. Remington pocket knives. I mean, Worth Point. I use Worth Point for everything. It's $20 a month. It's a business expense. Totally worth it. Somebody is paying for this thing through the global shipping program. That is craziness. Let's see if we can determine where it's going through GSP. Somebody really needed a cassette holder. It is going to... hard to tell. Maybe France. I'm going to guess France. You know, I will be honest on something. I'm on a number of like Facebook reselling groups. I haven't really been on a bunch of them lately. Most of them drive me crazy. One of the things that drives me crazy is people on there who constantly are like, "Hey, will somebody with Worth Point look this up for me?" Like, how about this? For $10, I'll look up your item, anytime. And I'm not directing this at you, Gina, just so you know. But there's basically people who are in these groups, as far as I can tell, only to abuse other people for their paid Worth Point accounts. They never have anything to contribute. They're just there to have other people look stuff up for them. Which is one reason I'm not on there very much. Hey, Joe Deals, how you doing? So one of them, it's the eBay Thrifters Facebook page. Oh my God. That one's the worst. But I'm not. That's not to say that any of them are all that great, because I've seen the same kind of stuff on RVA Flips page and Primetime Treasure Hunters page. And you know what? I get that it's a community and everyone's there to help each other and blah, 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 blah. But I also know what a user is. And a user is somebody who's just there. I shouldn't say user. We'll just say taker, right? Somebody who's just there to take what they can get and not really there to contribute anything. And in my experience, those Facebook pages are packed full of takers. Gina, I'm not giving you a hard time. You're asking a solitary question here. I'm not. This is not in any way directed at you. But if you find yourself constantly looking for more pricing information than is available to you, those things, that's not free. I mean, you're paying for data, right? So it's just, and if you're, if it's a one-off or whatever, like, no big deal. I'm talking, these are like serial people who are always asking for it and not really providing anything of value to anybody in return. All right. This is 4 pounds. And it's Hi, Buster. Gina, your comment just got me thinking about those pages. Let's see. Do I want to go to? Is it worth $5 of my day or my time to drive to Walgreens tomorrow? Do I want to go to Walgreens? What else do I have to do tomorrow? I don't need to go to Walgreens. I will pay the extra $4.30. Gina, I'm not giving you a hard time. You're allowed a freebie in here. This is the if anywhere where you get freebies. I would hope so anyways. What? Yes. You have a story to tell? Yeah? What do you want? Okay. Come on. You want to be me to hold up so you can say hi to everybody? Hi. Hey, Buster Wiley. Don't bite my nose. Don't bite it. He's gonna bite it. Don't bite it. He's purring pretty loud. No, don't. Don't bite the microphone. He's here for the babe ASMR. Nice. Oh. Well, I guess we're taking a few minute break here. Right, Buster? He wasn't always this sweet. I mean, he's always been a sweet cat, but he's definitely, as he's gotten older, he's gotten sweeter. All right. What's going on? Oh, yep, there he tried to bite my nose. He has limited forms of communication. And the nose nibble, that's his alter ego. He's the nose nibbler. Fights crime at night. Sneaks into your bedroom. Takes a nip at your nose. Right? Okay, Buster, I think we're gonna have to go get you a treat. And then I gotta get back to work, okay? Is that okay? All right. What do you think? Should we do it? Do you want a treat? Let's go get. I'm gonna go get him a treat. I'm sure he'll be back. Come on. Let me tell you, that nose nibble. Yeah, he is like, if he can sense the bottom of his bowl and it's night, you're gonna get a visit from the nose nibbler. If he just wants to get some attention, you'll get a visit from the nose nibbler. You texted me what? This? Remington 21 regular Jack pocket knife. Hold on. Is that what we're looking up? Can I? Just let me. It won't let me copy it. Let me go into YouTube. All right, let's do it. Here we go. We can all learn together. Here we go. $32.10. What we don't know is if that was free shipping. No chips or cracks, blah, blah, blah. So let's see what else we got. So that's that one. Only a couple, and this one sold for $86. Torpedo Jack Barlow. Looks kind of the same. But that one sold for $86. Jackwood handles, possibly walnut. One pin not visible. Small cracks by the pins. Like, there's condition issues on this one too. So that sold 2 years ago. Let's do less keywords. All right, here we see a lot of them. Vintage Circle. That one was $18, $30, $50. They're kind of all over the place. $65, $139. Looks like the kind of thing you're probably gonna have to figure out what kind of wood the handle is, because they did walnut and rosewood. Pretty much anything rosewood is going to sell for more. Yeah, condition, handle, yeah, all kinds of stuff. So, I don't know, do you want me to drill down on any of these? Going once. Going twice. We're going back to shipping. Yeah, over sharpened is definitely bad. Gina, my recommendation on a knife like that is just be super gentle with any cleaning or restoration you do to it. Right? Don't do what I showed you for kitchen knives, right? You clean it, but don't like restore it. If it's got a bunch of tarnish and all of that, that's probably okay. How do I make this go away now? Stop. Hide. There we go. If it's somewhat tarnished, that's okay. If it's rusty, that's a different story. But a lot of guys will be just fine taking on a project knife. So, holy cow, you guys, orders are pouring in. Another item that I went in and fixed the pictures. Wow. Lower value items though. Let's see here. we started with how many, and now, okay. Anyways, we are going to have to grab some more items in a bit. It's 8 o'clock. Crap. All right, we got a bunch of records and laser discs going out, so let's knock these bad boys out real quick. This will catch us up real quick. Because we can just assembly line this stuff. Done. Boom. All right, next. I'm just gonna show them all to you guys in one fell swoop. We'll let you know what they sold for, and then I'm just gonna pack them real quick, and we'll get on to pulling some more items and finishing up our packing. All right, we've got, in no particular order, not including what we still have to pull. Make sure I got this. Got a laser disc. Monty Python's Meaning of Life, one of my favorite Monty Python movies. All of them are tied for first, by the way. My favorite in there is, I actually used in one of my early uploads, beginning of the pandemic, I used Death from the Monty Python Meaning of Life. I love the John Cleese, but it's just a waffle. Tiny waffler. Oh, so good. Anyways, Joe Cannon. I believe that's, City Boys Country Dream. Sold for $9.95. Good condition record. We've got the Mummy's Shroud on Laserdisc. This was a 2-disc purchase. Both of them together went for that and Cool Hand Luke for $21.90 plus shipping. Let me get this sleeved real quick. It's going to fall. I got to clean up in here again. I feel like it was only a couple of weeks ago I did that. It was only a couple of weeks ago that I did that. All right, next. We've got the Osmond Christmas album. Sold for $14.95, I want to say. Pardon me. $14.95 plus shipping. The For Your Eyes Only soundtrack. This was actually purchased right off of eBay. In a lot of soundtrack albums, this one went for $12.95, free shipping or plus shipping. And finally, Linda Ronstadt, self-titled, sold for $11.95 plus shipping. 007 records always sell. Anything James Bond, anything vintage James Bond will sell. Done. Books, movies, soundtracks, toys, games, watches, anything will sell. Cameron, you know my philosophy on the ending restarting, right? I've talked about it on the channel before. You are, and I've actually talked to some of my Smarty database friends about this to confirm the information is correct. eBay is basically a big database. Pretty straightforward. Hello, Carter. However, it also has a memory, right? You're also not only dealing with the database prioritization, you're also dealing with Google's prioritization of your listings if you do anything promoted. Now, if you end and restart your listing, yes, that can help because you do get the new boost, the same for new listing. That is a thing, right? However, but in doing so, those items that don't sell, you are losing all of the stickiness of that listing in Google and in the eBay database. So all of those views that are used to purchase promotion on external websites, all of those things that bring your item up in searches, like you're basically starting fresh, and that can actually hurt your listing overall. So while it's true you may get a slight bump immediately from some listings, you are paying a long-term cost on the items that don't sell. You're better off changing the title of your listing, fixing photos, changing your price up or down $1. Those are things that are going to both force eBay and Google to essentially re-catalog your listing. The same way as if you were ending and restarting it. You're not going to get the little boost, right? You're not going to get that boost from the new listing thing. But overall, your item, you will still sell items from doing that. Google impressions are incredibly important. Yeah, there's a time and place to end and relist, for sure. I would say that's a pretty last resort sort of situation. If you've had an item up that just is not doing anything, but even more important is if you're going to do that, make sure you're reworking the listing. Don't just end and relist in bulk. Make an improvement, right? And for me, I have found that retooling a listing has been as effective overall in moving the needle in sales as ending and relisting. Right? Going in and fixing titles. And one good example of that is when there was the listing apocalypse, we'll just say. I as a just evasive maneuvers ended 400 plus listings and restarted them again so that they wouldn't get caught up in all that, because I couldn't get a clear answer from eBay what was going on. But I didn't see some like crazy influx of sales from that. Not that you would think on 400 new listings. But there's an item that just today I went in, I retooled it, and it sold today. Sometimes when I do that, I'll raise the price of an item and it'll sell. I'll end up selling it for more than the original asking price. All right. Why is this so expensive? Show more. What did they pay? Why is it $27? Because it's in there as 3 pounds, first of all. It's not a theory. There is data. I've talked to network architects on it. I've talked to database managers on it. I happen to work in a city that has a lot of those individuals here. The information was given to me. I was curious if it was true. I talked to people who know their stuff. It's about all the data I need. And I'm also explaining my own personal experience with it. I did not see a massive traffic increase immediately after ending and restarting 400 listings. I could probably show you my graph on that. What date was that? eBay selling. Let's see here. I have to go back on my. That was on. Here we go. March 1st was listing Apocalypse Day. So let's go look at traffic. So in theory, I would see a massive uptick in traffic on the 2nd of March. So let's go take a look at that. Here, let me pull this down here. Here's some data for you. Here's traffic to my eBay page over the last 30 days, my eBay store. March 1st was eBay listing Apocalypse. March 2nd, after I had started and restarted 400 listings, we had a dip in traffic. The day after, we had a huge dip in traffic. And it only slowly started to build up again over the course of the next week. And in fact, hasn't actually gone back to where it was the day before that happened. So, I mean, I don't know. This looks like a pretty definitive March 1st down, March 2nd down, March 3rd down. That's a pretty big dip in traffic in my impressions. It's matched in my page views. And definitely matched in my quantity sold. So that's just the traffic. Hold on, I'll get back in there. I'll take off promoted listings. Make sure that's. because it has organic versus promoted as well. So we'll go back in there. 1 second. Okay. Total impressions, organic versus promoted. All right. 97,000 promoted, 507. Next day, March 2nd, 91,700 versus 485 promoted. Day after that, organic, 83,000 organic. Then we slowly begin ticking back up to normal again. But that's 3 days of less traffic. When in theory, based on what you're saying, is that I would have a proven increase in traffic, which is clearly not the case. That's around what, 10% drop from 91 to 83, then back up a little bit. 97 down to 91 down to 83. That's like 15-20% drop over 2 days in organic impressions. I'm not comparing a Ralph Lauren shirt. I'm not saying that at all. But by what you're proposing here is that just by ending and relisting a item, there is proven increase in traffic. I'm telling you that I ended and listed 400 variety items on the same day, and it hurt my traffic. They weren't all postcards. Tommy, you're full of shit and you don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea about anything in the categories I sell in. I'm not selling in oversaturated categories on purpose. I sell in plenty of highly saturated categories. I don't sell clothing. I'm not saying that this is true for a Ralph Lauren shirt. But I can tell you as well that there's plenty of other clothing resellers out there who will tell you not to end and relist your items. I agree, Celestine. Yeah, for sure. But what I'm saying is that you're asking for data. I showed you data. The items that I can show you the items that even ended and relisted on that day. It's a pretty wide variety of stuff, and there's no huge uptick in my sales as would be expected if you were following that methodology regularly. There is a drop in traffic. it wasn't all 400 postcards. It was a wide variety of items. So what I'm saying is, if you're saying that ending and relisting your items is demonstrably going to increase your traffic, I'm saying demonstrably, I just showed you it isn't. And at the end of the day, if somebody doesn't click the buy button, it doesn't mean anything. So you're far better off putting the effort into improving a listing and getting someone to the point of making that purchase than constantly ending and relisting items and hope that it's going to help your traffic in a pretty inorganic way. And people who are in here know that I'm not selling clothing. They've seen what I sell. I talk pretty openly about my strategies. Yeah, I don't end and relist with a price drop. I don't need to do that. I can run a sale. There's all kinds of other tools that eBay provides me that I can use to get somebody to buy something. All right, next up. Two more to go, and then we can go pull some more. Tommy, and I'm surprised you take that position because Craigslist Hunter, about a week ago, posted a video essentially explaining the exact same thing that I just explained. And I know you've got a little man-boy crush for him, so... Alright, where are we here? That was... Oh, did I just pack the wrong thing? That was not Joe Cannon. I just packed up the Osmonds. Nope, it's Meaning of Life. Oops. Go back and fix my error here. John Martins. Yep. All right. Not the first time we've got a mistake. That's what happens when you get sidetracked. All right, reprint that label. John Martins, there it is, reprint. Crisis averted once again. All right, moving on. How many screens do I have? I wish I had more than one. Yeah, Justin, you're absolutely right. If you list something right, it will sell. Sometimes you also have to understand the nature of the item. Like, you have to know if you're listing a long tail item. You have to know if where your pricing stands. You have to know if you're waiting out the price you want or if you are trying to move something quick. One of the dangers on a quick flip store is it's something you always have to continually feed that beast, right? If you're running a store with a very, very, very high sell-through rate, right, that you're having to essentially list the same 300 items a month to keep up with what your sales are. Yes, that's great for to have good sell-through, right? If that's what you're looking for. But if you lapse in that, your sales are going to hurt, right? If you miss a couple of days listing or a few days listing or a week listing, you're either playing big catch up, right? Or your sales significantly drop. And that is not a strategy that I'm interested in. I am looking for steady sales that are predictable and repeatable that I can step away for a period of time and will continue, that allow me to utilize the tools that I have to A, source, and B, have a good stock of items to continue listing. Both of which are pretty true. Like, I don't have to go to a thrift store every day to find, the new stuff they just put out. That's never a concern of mine. If I go to a thrift store, I'm going to see what I can find, right? Like, there's no pressure. And I can skip a couple days listing and not much is going to be. There is the activity bump that eBay gives, which I think there's probably, I don't have any data on that one, but I think it's true. If I don't list new stuff for a while, I've heard the number is 2 days. If you miss 2 days of store activity, that there is a throttle. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but that's the number I've heard from a couple different spots. But I don't have any. I have no nothing to back that up. If someone buys multiple items, it depends on if it's domestic, you can almost always ship it together. You can do combined shipping. Yeah, watchers on an item for sure. I would never end a listing that has a bunch of watchers on it. Unless, my listings are disappearing. Yeah, Justin, you're also very, very good at sourcing, and you don't also have a lot of the pressure some people do, in that you have an alternate form of income. But I mean, that's still, I would kill to find some of the stuff you're finding out there. Like, you're finding great stuff. The estate sales out here aren't fully open yet, so can't really go to those just now. All right, let's go downstairs and we'll pull a few more items. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and I think I've got some hip items going as well. Yes. So we got one hip postcard item going. We've got, I think I have a bonanza thing going too. Let me see here. Banana. And okay, what did they buy? All right. You guys hold tight. I will see you downstairs in just a minute. Yeah, you can do that totally. You can, as long as it's the same customer and the same purchase, you can always combine. I can show you right now how we do that. I can't really hide customer information though. Here's what we can do. Nope, I can't do that because I don't have anything to combine. Shed Flips does a good one on combining orders. Celestine, message the buyer first and ask if they combine shipping. Before you buy anything, just send them a message through the listing and ask them if they combine shipping. That's all you got to do. All right, be right back.
All right. Magic pencils. Yeah, Justin's the magic pencil guy for sure. All right, what do we got here? Got a PS3 game. There it is. Then we got sewing pattern. Oh, you guys can see my sewing pattern section. There's the sewing pattern section. I used to have 3 boxes this size. This is a really good example of a long tail, high return item. You can buy these a lot of times at estate sales and garage sales for a nickel, dime a piece. You want to make sure that they're uncut. And that's the important part, uncut. And then it's just they're easy to list. Take a picture of the front, take a picture of the back. You can price them anywhere, depending on how many are out there, between like, you know, $8 to $10 for ones from 80s and 90s. Sometimes a little more than that. If you can find them from the 40s, 50s, 60s, they can get super crazy price. I have sold some sewing patterns from the 30s for over $100. 2133, where are you? Simplicity. Okay, we're looking at quick cut. 2133. There we go. 3034. $30, $34, $38, $42, $46. Got it. Done. I should probably spend a couple of days listing patterns again now that I'm getting down kind of low in my count. All right, next. It's upstairs. You got a bottle and ashtray. Okay, and one LP, which should be here. There we go. What do we got left? Celestine, the big thing is they are sewing patterns. It really depends. Like it depends on era, style, makers, a whole bunch of stuff. You can lot them up too, and that does well also. Weird. I don't know enough about bikes. I remember mongooses being cool as a kid. That's it. All right. Be right back. Two more things. This is not the thing, but it needs a new home. There we go. Done. That took longer than I wanted it to. One sec. All right, found all the things. That last one was a little touch and go. All right.
Okie doke. All right. Okay. Video game. Need for Speed Pro Street. Sold for $11. PS3. Took months for an $11 sale. Not the most desirable game. Probably bought from my guy. I was buying video games over the summer. Glad that one is gone. And that was the one this morning. I went in. I added complete to the title, which wasn't there for some reason. I fixed up the photos a little bit, and it sold. I just did talk about retooling items versus relisting. I didn't end and relist this item. I retooled the listing. And it sold. Same day. I only did about 5 listings this morning. Went in, reworked them a little bit. And one of the 5 sold. And actually, looking at these, 2 of these other listings were recently retooled. I can just tell by the look of the photos. I went in and adjusted contrast on them. So, all right. So the sewing pattern sold for $12.95. Free shipping. Paid either 10 cents or 25 cents for it. I wouldn't recommend ever spending more on a sewing pattern than that. But they do sell. And if you end up with a bunch that aren't worth listing on their own, they sell in lots pretty well too. So if you're buying them for 10, 25 cents a lot, you can sell them in, or 10, 25 cents each, you can sell them in a lot for at least double that. Usually around $1, $1.25 per. Just try to, make sure you're batching, gender and sizes together. Which yo-yo? All right, next up, got a amber glass ashtray. It's all wrapped up kind of, so I'll just show you what it looks like. There it is. That was 10% off sale, so took year-ish, 2 years to sell. But I mean, the thing takes up no space, so what do I care? $17.95 plus shipping. Oh, nice. Yeah. $100 for 50 yo-yos. 60 yo-yos? That's whatever. Yeah, let them laugh. Yeah, embroidery kits. I've done well with those also. We shipped one of those earlier this week, I think, or either earlier this week or last week. The full in the bag sewing project kits do great. Like those things, especially if you can find Christmas ones, those do fantastic. All right, I'm gonna try to get this into a padded flat rate. That's our goal. All right. And here is how we shall achieve it. This is going to work out fantastic. This thing is pretty heavy glass, so it's not something I'm super concerned about. We're still going to do our best to make sure it gets to our destination in one piece and not several. Then what I'm going to do is take another one of them. We're going to... What's going on, Sal? You missed all the fun. I was just about to end all my listings and restart them again so that I can have amazing sales. That's enough of that. Yeah, I would, if you are, oh no, I did it. It's gonna get in there. Are we playing this game again? Chores. I'm still doing chores. All right, I'm trying to tighten this down. And then we're gonna slick the corner. So there's no more sharp edges. And am I going in the right way? That's the next question. I feel like it's there. Slicked it. Where are we weight-wise? 2 pounds. Where's it going? Does it matter? Did I even do this? Nobody knows. 2 pounds. Going to Tennessee. So it's $11. I don't want to pay the extra $4. Nope. Oh, you bastard. All right. Taking out the outermost layer. I'm going to do this a slightly different way. There we go. There's that. Now it goes in no problem. And instead of putting it all together, I'm going to just pat it that way. Plenty of room for 9 layers of cardboard if I do them one at a time. Just don't try to do them all at once. That's good. Oh, forgot that. What do you think? I think 4 layers of cardboard on each side and 3 layers of bubble wrap probably could do just fine. So tell the truth, guys. All right, put it in the chat. Let me know. How often do you get into packing an item when you're like, at some point in packing, you're like, nope, not going to work. And then you like either have to like go back a couple of steps or just completely start over. It happens to me probably about once, maybe twice a week. Which considering the volume that I'm doing, I don't think it's too bad. I'm shipping out, pretty consistently, 15, 20 plus items a day. So all right, the next item is a vintage bottle. It's a vintage soda bottle. There's that. This took a while to sell as well. I had 2 of them. The first one sold like a year ago, and then I waited out this one. How long did it take to sell? It's kind of cool though. I like the color. It's that nice like teal vintage glass color. September 11th, 2019. So a year and a half. I remember where I got this. I got it out of barn picker pile. So I pretty much had nothing into it. I was doing a lot more like glassware bottles and stuff like that early on before I left my previous job. At that point, it was about getting inventory and getting to the point where I wanted to be at. So, I was dealing in a lot more stuff that I could just get cheap and sell at, higher amount. Probably not something I'd be going after nowadays just because it's pretty, in general, glassware is bulky. So unless it's really high value, I'm probably not going to want to deal with it. This looks like turds. Let's get that off of there. That said, going through that process of learning about bottles and glassware, things like that, helped me learn what to look out for. One of my best flips ever was a bottle. So oh, I hope they paid shipping. They did not. Yeah, it's a nice color. All right. I want a heavier cardboard anyways. That is wheat cardboard. There's what we want. This thing's going in a padded flat rate, if I have anything to say about it. And I do. The thing with bottles like this is actually they're made to be reusable and pretty durable. So they don't necessarily need a ton of protection. I mean, you don't want to not protect them, but I mean, there's people who dig these things out of the ground, and they've been underground under immense pressure for, decades or 100 years or more. So bottles do okay. I'm not too concerned with what I'm doing here. They're also, they were made to be recycled, right? So they go through recycling plants and blah, blah, blah. All right, that. Yeah, bottles can go for insane money. The one I sold was a Doug quack medicine bottle with heroin tax stamp, or actually opium tax stamp. And I was running the store at that point with my partner, who is now my ex, and I knew like it was special. There was no comps out there, and I was like, I want to list this thing for like $1,500. She's like, no way, and I'm like, I'm telling you, this thing is pretty crazy. and whatever, I lost the discussion. We ended up listing it for $600 or $700, and it sold overnight. So could we have gotten more for it? I think so. I think just the tax stamp was worth what we got for it. Yeah, I heard. No knife cleaning tonight. I could maybe show vintage razors, but the ones I'm working on right now really aren't very dirty, and it wouldn't be. I couldn't really. There's not a whole lot to demonstrate. So, all right, what's left? Oh yeah. Remember these? Listed these on Monday with one arm tied behind my back. They sold yesterday for $39.99 or $39.95. I could have gotten more had I not broken the lid of the fourth one. But I mean, these things like smell like new plastic. Celestian, I didn't even bother looking for a lid. I just listed them as is, and they already sold. So didn't even need to worry about it. I'm just going to keep that other Tupperware. I have a lid that size that doesn't match the color, so it's at the end of the day. I use vintage Tupperware myself, so man, come on, man. Right on there. There we go. All right. So yeah, from what I listed that day, what's already sold is the Heller Perfect. The Heller Platter sold for $59.95. This sold for $39.95. The planter that GTT helped us identify sold for $21.95. I actually listed that the next morning. So, not a bad couple hours worth of work that was. Still have the Heller bowl, a bunch of those pickle beanie things. I still got a bunch of fun. There's still a bunch of stuff, Tupperware, and I still actually have a couple more little lots to list. All right, don't be 3 pounds, be 2 pounds. Hooray! But you knew You knew Heller though, right? You knew there that was like that's some good stuff right there. I actually decided I'm replacing my the plates that I have and replacing all of my plates and bowls with Heller instead of listing it. And then whatever I have leftovers will go out there for sale. Thanks, Perlini. You know, we do what we can. And one more item, and we're done. We're down to the last one. How long did it take? Is this another 3-hour live stream? When did we start? 2 hours and 13 minutes. Not as bad. How much did they go for? Gina, just curious. You know, Heller will if you keep an eye out for it. It shows up at thrift shops and garage sales and estate sales, and not everybody knows what it is. It gets overlooked. I've found it multiple times. I don't believe that it's on Goodwill's radar. Not all of them, anyways. It's easily overlooked because a lot of people $20 for whatever it was or however much there was is a fantastic price on that, though. A lot of the stuff they're making nowadays that, from, made in China, Walmart-y, Target-y stuff looks like Heller. So if it's easy to overlook. What we got left here? Oh, sorry, that was the Best of the Marx Brothers LP. Sold for $11. It's going to Canada? Where is this? I don't know where this is. I need to raise the price of my international shipping. I'm losing $3 on the shipping on this. I don't like that. I can go in a pirate ship, I guess. I think this is going to Africa. Yep. I need to go and raise all my international prices by like $5. Hey, Sarah, what's going on? All right. You know what? I've got, let me go grab, I got 2 more things. I forgot my Bonanza sale and I forgot my HIP postcard sale. Let me just double check, make sure I don't have anything else. I do have the one missing record. No idea. I'll just deal with that in the morning. What's this look like? Let me just take a look at what this is. Okay, I can grab that. And the other thing was that. Okay, I'm not going to turn on the camera down there. I'm just going to be super fast. I'll be right back. All right. Very last 2 things. Got 2 things. This is a Crayola Melt and Mold Factory Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It feels weird in the package. It is new. There's some crayons here. What else is in there? Some mold thing and some more crayons. I guess you melt the crayons into the mold. Seems safe. I got these things from a Amazon seller. They're from 2014. I bought them like 2 years ago, and I feel like I've only got a couple left. I sell like one every 3 months. Talk about undesirable item. This one sold for $8.20, free shipping. There ain't nothing gonna happen to that thing, so I'm just gonna toss it in this. Oh, thanks, Perlini. Yeah, one of my favorite movies for sure. All right. I'm going to call that 8 ounces. So is Bonanza. It's weird. Bonanza lets you like select library mail as a way of something you can purchase. There's nothing you could ever sell on Bonanza that would qualify as library mail. You can't sell something that qualifies for library mail. The only thing library mail you can do is ship between two libraries. That's what it's there for. It's its own postage rate for libraries. Not libraries, libraries. All right, and our very last item of the night is a postcard. This is a sold on Hip postcard. Took an offer. It was listed for $54.95. I took an offer for $45 even. This is Hawaii pre-statehood, 1909. 1908, sorry. My listing was slightly incorrect, but it doesn't really matter. It's the same card at the end of the day, and it's still pre-statehood. This is Kapiolani Park in Honolulu. So $45 postcard. Man, it sucks selling in these undesirable categories. All right, what did I do with my pen? Here it is. And go. Ship. And yar, log me in. Is it going to the right place? Yes, it is. This guy's got a funny name. I can't say it. Because then I'm giving away the customer name, which you're not supposed to do, for safety reasons and all of that. But his name is let's see. It's along the lines of like Ivana Tinkle or where's my save package? There it is. I really want to say it really bad, but I can't. All right. And that is that. So what now? Well, I'm going to list another, I don't know, 30 or 40 undesirable items before I go to bed. I've been listing my undesirable items here for the last 48 hours. And darn it, if only people would start buying these undesirable items. In the last, let's see, yesterday I did, I believe it was 119 undesirable items. And today I have done 66 undesirable items. So, so I'm going to keep doing that. I'm probably going to get up over 100 listings today. It's pretty nice when you're listing in this category. Like when you list like this, you're usually going to get about between, I'd say roughly 5 to 10% are going to sell within 72 hours. So you usually get a pretty good bump in sales right off the bat. I've turned down a couple of offers. I could have probably sold a couple more than I have so far, but you know, a lot of times if you list something right away and you start, somebody like sends you a low ball, you know that you're either priced too low or you need to take off, make offer options. So, but yeah, let's see here. Of the items listed today, got a few with watchers already. Nothing's promoted yet. We sold 2 already from what I listed this morning. And we've got watchers on 2 other ones. From yesterday, I've got watchers on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, roughly about 10% of the listings yesterday have watchers within 24 hours. About half of those are multiples. So that's awesome, Sarah. That's the way to do it, right? Hey, did you get your package, by the way, Sarah? This is funny. I was pulling up the listing Apocalypse earlier. Oh, really? I got to go on Instagram. I don't ever look at Instagram. So I was pulling up the video from in the listing, whatever. I can't say my own word. And I was just looking, flipping through my tabs. This is the freeze frame. This is funny. Duh. You can see my amazing living room, though. These 2 things up top next to my head are 70s craft art. Like they sold these kits back in the day. These are birds. They're like very mid-century modern stuff. And then back here you can see my black velvet painting. And there's my woodcut clock. I got some mid-century stuff. Anyways, I just thought that was a funny freeze frame. Deer in headlights. I'm back. Yeah, we're done. I'm back, but we're done anyways. So, thank you all very much for watching. Oh, no British owner. 2 minutes. Nice. How much do you sell it for? I'm very curious. That little troll guy. Yep. $9. Cool. So you got your money's worth. I'm glad. Yeah. So I mean, that was in my that was gonna be bait for the junk drawer a lot. Like I always try to throw some decent stuff in there to try to attract buyers to buy the junk. And it usually works. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, I sold another thing. It's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not doing it today. Sold also somebody who has to pay. I'll send them an invoice. Payment. So there's a couple of other things still in the pipe here. Send invoice. Pay me. Pay me. I got the other. I don't know. I threw a bunch of really weird, cool stuff in there. I'm glad you were able to sell some of it. There's that antler piece in there. That's the only thing I really remember. I was just kind of like grabbing stuff and like, here, this. We'll do that again sometime. Probably for like the for 1,000. I don't know. I feel weird now about doing 1,000 subscribers now that I know I've got like 300 fake ones. So. All right. Well, that is going to be it. It's 9:30 my time. It's time for me to start wrapping things up and getting to bed and maybe doing some listing and watching some good old political satire television. Oh, the fire protection patch. Nice. $7? Yeah. I like patches. I've got a bunch of patches and a bunch of pinbacks I really need to get to. I have them all in the same bin now. So I can just grab it and start listing. And patches are so easy. I don't know why I even have a backlog of them. Why do I think what's fake? Okay, I'm ending it in 3, 2, 1. Bye.